right? The world is not here to make you happy. And that's a funky one, right? It's kind of weird because for most of us, that's what we've been told, actually. The game that we've been playing, the thing that we've been up to is trying to use the world to make ourselves happy. So for a lot of us, it kind of looks like, right, if I have a certain set of circumstances, if I have the right house and the right car and the right amount of children and the right job and the right pension fund, and I get all those things in place, then I'll be happy. Hey team. Hey, this week I got the absolute privilege of going to see Eckhart Tolle in London at the Royal Albert Hall. A good friend of mine offered me a ticket, which is amazing. So if you're listening, mate, thank you so much for that. And it was a really beautiful experience. It's so wonderful to just sit in a wonderful feeling to hear someone who's pointing at the formless dimension. And any of you who know my story, you'll know that when I was 17 or 18, I read The Power of Now, and it completely just blew my head apart. I had so many insights in that moment, and I think it's a story for another day. But there's a number of things that Eckhart said during those 2 hours. But one of them that really hit me as true, and I've said this in different ways, but there's something about the way he made this statement that really stuck with me. He said this. He said, "The world isn't here to make you happy, right? The world is not here to make you happy." And that's a funky one, right? It's kind of weird because for most of us, that's what we've been told, actually. The game that we've been playing, the thing that we've been up to is trying to use the world to make ourselves happy. So for a lot of us, it kind of looks like, right, if I have a certain set of circumstances, if I have the right house and the right car and the right amount of children and the right job and the right pension fund, and I get all those things in place, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be happy, right? So in that moment, we've already innocently staked our happiness against a set of conditions. Because if you think about it, under those conditions, we're not going to be able to feel okay until we get to that place. Now, either we don't get to that place, or we do, and we have this kind of momentary, fleeting experience of, oh, right, I'm here, I've made it, I'm there, right? But how long does it last? It lasts for a day or a week, and then it doesn't quite work. And so we think to ourselves, oh, hang on, it must not be that orientation of things. It must be a different set of circumstances that I need. I must need a faster car, a bigger house, a bigger pension fund, a different job. So we go on the hunt to try and have a different orientation of things out there in the world of form. And hopefully at some point we wake up to the fact that that's not it. That's not it. There's this really cool quote by Jim Carrey. I'm not sure that I'm going to get it exactly right, but he said something along the lines that his greatest wish for everybody is that they get everything they've ever wanted, so they can then realize, oh, that's not it. That's not it. Because it's in that realization that happiness and joy and peace and all the things that we've been looking for, there is no set of circumstances strong enough to give us those things. Security as well. The thing is, in the world of form, everything comes and goes. Nothing is consistent. Nothing is reliable, right? There's nothing lasts forever. Sure, some things last a bit longer before they decay or die or fall away. But we know this at some level. We know that there's nothing out there that's lasting. So there's nothing out there that can give us lasting happiness. In order to find that, we need a constant. We need to find something that's real, that lasts. And nothing in the world of form does. So as we have this realization, it can feel like it can be quite scary when we first see that. Like, whoa, well, if that's not how it works, Sam, how does it work? Where do I look then if I'm not looking out there into the world? If the world isn't here to make me happy, where am I looking? Right? It's a great question. It's a great question to ask, and the answer is within. The answer is you. The only thing that's permanent throughout all of existence is the I am, is who you really are, is consciousness, is the witness, is that the realm of the formless. Right now, that's a really powerful thing to see, because once we start the inner journey, once we start looking in that direction, we'll start to see that states of joy and peace and love, they're a recognition of who we really are. When the screen clears, when we've got less on our mind, when we're less caught up in feelings of, oh, I'll be happy when this happens, or I can't be happy until that happens. Yeah, all this kind of stuff. We allow the system to clear, and we naturally fall into those states. We all have experiences of this. We have experiences of falling into flow states. We have experiences of walking through nature and experiencing joy. Or perhaps when we were a kid, there was that thing that we used to just lose ourselves in. We become one with the experience. We see as we fall out of our thinking that there's no distinction between us and skateboarding or painting or whatever it happened to be, and we have that experience, and it would seem to us that those feelings are coming from the outside world, but actually they're coming from within you. They're coming from within you, who you really are. And so the world is not here to make you happy, and that's okay, because happiness is a byproduct of the recognition of who you really are. And even trying to go on that journey so that we can feel happy all the time, that again is a trap. Happiness is something that happens as we have a deeper and deeper recognition of that truth, of that eternal nature of I am, of the person that not even the person, of who we really are. What we really are is often spoken about in spiritual circles. Right, team? What a cool reflection. It's we've been lied to. Like, a lot of that's it's not purposeful. It's by society, and it's by a level of consciousness where many people who are telling us that they also believe that things and circumstances are the thing that they need in order for them to get happy. So they're telling us that that's true as well. But it's not. It doesn't work like that. There's a very different option on the table, one where we can find a constant, one where we can access unconditional happiness, unconditional love, unconditional, like without conditions, right? As in, it doesn't matter what's going on out there. These are things that we can access at any point in time, in spite of whatever happens, in spite of whatever is happening out there, and also in spite of the feelings and emotions that we might have bumbling around on top of these things as well, right? It's very possible that we can feel a deep state of peace while we're experiencing sadness or grief or joy or anything. It's the backdrop to life. It's not conditional, effectively. All right, team. I hope you have the most beautiful day. And just reflect on that. What would the journey look like for you if you just woke up to the truth that the world isn't here to make you happy? There's no circumstance powerful enough to do that for anybody. Hence why we have a lot of people with so much in the world of form who are very unhappy, because their experience is not coming from the outside. It's coming from within. It's coming from the inside. If you saw that more and more deeply, what would become possible for you? What would look different for you? Reach out and let me know. All right, team. Huge love. See you soon.